Hi, Lindsay. It's so nice to see you again. How are you doing today?
I'm okay, no better than last week. I've had some major binges this week. I don't really know why we're bothering to talk about this right now. I've been down this road before. I should just give up and go buy some donuts. I should just accept the fact that I'm going to stay fat.
Okay. All right. So I can see you're kind of feeling a little frustrated. Can you tell me some foods that you've been eating that have been kind of leading into this problem for you?
Just like brownies, more brownies. Um, that's what got it started. I was doing really good at first. Um, then I'm trying to stay away from the sugar and the carbs. My son stayed home from school one day for being sick and wanted to make brownies. So then I decided to make brownies with him, and then that led into hamburgers and french fries. I don't really know what to tell you, but it's nasty.
Okay. So it sounds like you've had a rough week.
Yes.
Okay. So I'd like to talk for a second about your relationship to this problem. How are you viewing this problem?
It's disgusting. I feel like food is starting to own me.
Okay. So do you feel like food is in control of the situation?
Yes, it sounds ridiculous when you say that, but that's what it is.
All right, so it's in control. So I want to talk about the importance and confidence of this changing. So clearly you have some desire to change, or you wouldn't be here today talking with me. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if you were looking at a scale from 1 to 10, um, and 1 being it's not really important, that important to change, and 10 being, it's really important to change, where would you set yourself on that scale?
10.
Okay, so you would say 10 is very important to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So what if I asked the same question, except this time you were more confident? Um, So let's start with 1 being you aren't confident at all and that you could change, and 10 being that you are confident at changing. Then where would you put yourself?
I could probably change for like half a day. I've done it before, but sometimes I only make it a week depending on how lucky I am. If I were to put a number for you, it would probably be 0.
Okay. All right, so you're below the scale of 1 to 10. So you have no confidence at all.
I've tried it, but I know that I just can't do it. So, yes.
Okay. So you would like to stop the eating. It's important to you, and on the other hand, you don't believe that you can do it. Um, so have there been any other changes that have happened in your life in the past few years that have been, more positive than negative?
Yeah, I stopped biting my nails.
Okay, so you've had some small successes and changes.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think makes I'm just going to name this problem as the food problem. So what do you think makes the food problem so much more powerful, so much more difficult to tackle?
I wish I knew. I mean, there's so many things, and food is just everywhere.
Okay. So you mentioned before that brownies were kind of the culprit from this last week that you had.
Yes.
Okay.
Brownies, chocolate, candy.
Okay. So you enjoy eating chocolate.
Yes.
Okay. So how about any other foods that you don't enjoy as much, but it's still contributing to this problem? What would those foods be?
Potato chips, fries, Mexican food, cheese, Skittles, Starburst, basically any candy.
Okay. So are there any other types of candies other than chocolate?
Skittles.
Okay. All right. So let's So of those candies that you just named, if I were to introduce to you to stop eating chocolate, period, how would you react to that?
It's just not gonna
Okay. So how about introducing the idea of to stop eating Skittles instead of jumping forward to stop eating chocolate? How would you react to that question?
happen. Like just Skittles. Like,
Mhm.
why would I have to just be Skittles?
Okay, well, I mean, it's up to you whether you want to eat them or not, but if I were to introduce this stop eating the consumption of Skittles, how would you, let's say, well, Skittles represents, a change in the direction that you want to have or to move. Um, yeah. So, but let's kind of move forward and go into that we know that you want to change and that you want to stop eating Skittles. You want to stop eating chocolate, period. But Skittles is more of a smaller problem that we can move into before we kind of delete chocolate out of the everyday eating. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay. But stopping eating the Skittles isn't a problem for you.
But if I stop eating Skittles, I'm going to eat brownies.
Okay. So if we start with stop eating Skittles, that's more of a smaller problem than going into eating brownies. So let's say on the 1 to 10 scale for stopping to eat Skittles, um, how important would that be for you on a scale for the Skittles eating, not the chocolate?
A 10?
Okay. So this is a change that you think you can accomplish.
Yes. Well, if I were going to stop eating Skittles for the rest of my life, it wouldn't be solving my weight loss problem. But if that's what you want me to do, then yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. All right. Well, it's not. Well, what I want you to do is one thing, but what you want is another. So, I mean, Skittles is a small part of the problem, like I mentioned, but wouldn't you agree it's still part of the big problem?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So it's not a huge change, but it's one that we can work on. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Do you kind of,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, so the way that you are putting it, the larger problem has control of you right now. So we need to work on the smaller problem. So let's go after the change that we can for right now. It's not perfect and it's not ideal, but it's definitely something that you can do. So for this week, I'll see you next week if you're willing to come in again. But for this week, let's not eat Skittles at all during the week. Let's kind of, I want you to kind of log it, maybe in your brain, you don't really have to write it down, but you can just log how many times that you crave Skittles and then think about something else that you could replace Skittles with. Um, and then other than, Skittles or brownies, let's like try to move something else into that category and see how many times you crave it, and then we can see if we bumped it down a little bit each week.
Okay.
Okay. Is that something that you're willing to do?
Yes.
Okay.